Hey folks, this is Soapbox here. Today we're going to be reviewing the NS Baron G5, which is a common pool shotgun that is available to all classes except for the Infiltrator. Go figure, right? So to purchase this weapon, it will cost you 1000 search or 700 station cash. Since this is a nanite system weapon, if you purchase it with station cash, it will be locked for all characters across your entire account. I want to start off this video by saying how much I enjoy the look of the Baron. It feels like a real shotgun, and the camos get applied to it very well. Aesthetics is a huge part to Planetside 2, and to see a weapon that fits in well with the game is a huge step in the right direction. The Baron, like all their shotguns, fires several pellets rather than just one single bullet. It fires 7 pellets per shot, each dealing 100 damage out to 10 meters, then drops off to 60 damage at 30 meters. A little note here is that all the other semi-auto shotguns only shoot 6 pellets per shot, which is one less than the Baron has. This makes the Baron a 2-shot kill at any range, assuming all shots land on the target and the target does not have nanoweave armor on. Now in reality, if you're shooting out at 30 meters, not all your shots are going to land on your target, but it's a good model to visualize. If you are within that 10 meter range and all the shots land on the head, then you'll kill your target outright, assuming they don't have nanoweave armor. This makes it deadly in close quarters, as you can fire 2 quick shots into the body or go for the single headshot. If your target has a little less than 1/4 of his total health, that is shields plus normal health, then you'll kill him outright with a single shot to the body. While if your target's a heavy assault with shields activated, they'll take 2 shots to the head or 3 shots to the body to kill them before that 10 meter mark. The Baron also has access to Slug ammunition. This will decrease the damage but allow for all the damage to be compressed into one slug, thus making it more accurate at range. The biggest problem with slugs is a bullet drop and a decreased damage. The bullet drop with slugs can be quite steep, and they seem to drop off faster after that 30-ish meter mark. Also, the decreased damage is a problem. You can no longer headshot enemies within a 10 meter range. Rather, it'll take 2 headshots to kill an enemy at any range, or 2 to 3 body shots, depending on how far away your target is. The best and most debated feature of the Baron is its cone of fire. For a shotgun, the Baron has extremely low cone of fire. In fact, the only shotgun with a smaller cone of fire is the NC's Jackhammer. When the Baron came out, there was a heated debate about whether it gave all factions a Jackhammer or did it fit into its own niche. Now personally, I think that it has its own spot in the game. It does not decrease the uniqueness of the Jackhammer. The very small cone of fire on this weapon makes it deadly at ranges far past those of most other shotguns. To get the most out of this weapon, I would recommend running it if you plan to be fighting within 10 meters. But the beautiful thing about this weapon is that if you do end up fighting beyond that range, you'll still be able to lay down enough damage to be at least somewhat effective. One of the downsides for this weapon is its rate of fire. It's tied for the slowest rate of fire for semi-auto shotguns. When I was researching for this review, I was honestly surprised that its rate of fire was so low. It handles in such a way that makes it feel like it's firing quite fast. Also, it's very responsive to the trigger when rounding corners or in other close engagements. The Baron is quite spammable, and I have found it easier to pull off multiple shots than with any of the other semi-auto shotguns. It's fairly easy to pull off the 1 to 2 shots needed to drop an enemy, but if you're looking at taking 4+ shots, you'll definitely notice the rate of fire. Since we're on this topic, I want to quickly go over the Baron's reload mechanism. Unlike every other semi-auto shotgun, the Baron is tube-fed, which means you don't have to reload a whole clip at one time. This is terrific. You can reload a few rounds, shoot them, and then reload a few more. This is fantastic when fighting in close quarter battles, as it allows you never to get caught reloading unless you're just reloading that first round. You can quickly duck behind cover, throw in a few rounds, and come back out to finish your enemy. For anyone who's interested, it takes about half a second to load each shell into the tube. Along these same lines is the weapon's pellet spread and bloom per shot. The Baron has a smaller pellet spread than any of the other shotguns, which plays well into its ability to deal damage at range. This means that each of the pellets will be closer together than with any other type of shotgun. As far as bloom per shot goes, it's the same as every other weapon, so there's nothing special here. As far as other stats go, the Baron has 6 shells per magazine with 48 shells in reserve. This can be bumped up to 8 rounds in magazine with extended mags. Also, it has a muzzle velocity of 400 meters per second, which is the fastest of any of the shotguns. Now for attachments. When it comes to optics, the Baron has quite a wide variety of scopes to choose from. It has access to scopes 1x to 6x and night vision optics. Now, you're welcome to pick whatever works for you, but I would recommend the 2x reflex or the night vision scope. Aiming with a shotgun does nothing to its accuracy, so all you're getting is either the scope magnification or the night vision. Now, anything more than a 2x magnification is really too much when you're fighting in shotgun range, but if you find something that works for you, more power to you. In the rail slot, you can equip a dark flashlight, laser sight, forward grip, or extended mags. Now, the dark flashlight and forward grip are pretty much useless on a shotgun, and I wouldn't even think about them. The only reason I would possibly use a dark flashlight is that if you have a really hard time seeing infiltrators and are constantly being killed by them. The laser sight's a valid option, as it will increase your range even further. While this is good, I don't quite think it's necessary as the Baron already has such a small cone of fire. Now your other option is the extended magazines. This is the option that I personally would choose. In most of the footage you see here, I'll be running extended magazines. The advantages of having those 2 extra rounds are huge, as it will let you go longer without reloading, and theoretically allow you to take out 1 to 2 more enemies per clip. The last equipable slot on the Baron is the ammo slot. Here you only have one option, which is slug ammo. To buy slug ammo, it's going to cost you 100 certs. I've already gone over most of the qualities that slug ammo brings to the Baron, so I'll just do a quick review. Slug ammo allows you to fire 1 more powerful shot rather than several pellets that do less damage. The advantages of slug ammo is that it increases your range and decreases your pellet spread to 0. Now the downsides are that it decreases your damage to the point where it's painfully noticeable. The bullet velocity is fairly slow, and the bullet drop is also pretty significant. So what you end up with is a semi-auto weapon with a low rate of fire and high bullet drop, and an average of 3 shots to kill. This makes the weapon very hard to use, as you must be able to land those 3 shots on a moving target while compensating for bullet drop and velocity. So, if slugs work for you, that's great, but if you're thinking about buying them, I would recommend saving your 100 certs. The reason I like this weapon so much is because of its high versatility, especially for being in a more specialized weapon class. The Baron has extremely high damage per second in close range and is able to quickly take down targets. And this makes it great for classes like the Light Assault, who can drop into a group of enemies, closing that gap in a shotgun range. The Baron is also able to deal relatively decent damage at range for a shotgun. This is due to the fact that it has that smaller cone of fire and more pellets in tighter groupings, which makes it far more accurate. So basically, you have an extremely deadly, close-range weapon that will not leave you dead in the water while engaging targets at longer ranges. If you can, I would bring a sidearm that has some decent range to it. My personal preference is a crossbow, but the Commissioner or similar weapon will work. I like the crossbow because of its longer range and high damage, but there are also quite a few faction-specific weapons that will fill this role well. The mag shot is a great example of this. The Baron can easily take care of enemies that are close up, but if you see an enemy that's farther away, then you can pull out your mag shot and get the kill. Most sidearms will work fine, but I just would not recommend running the Baron with something like the mag scatter or any other close-range sidearm. The last bit of advice I have for you is to get close and personal with the enemies. While I have been boasting the Baron's damage at range, it truly excels up close. So pay attention to the weapon's gameplay style. You don't need to go head over heels aggressive, just don't sit back and play it safe with distance between you and the enemy. Overall, as a weapon, I think the Baron is very strong. It has its downsides, but has quickly become one of my favorite shotguns. The Baron is your go-to gun if you'll be fighting at close quarters but don't really know what to expect. If this video was helpful or enjoyable, feel free to leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, or want to help support the channel, then click that subscribe button. And if you have any personal thoughts or opinions on the Baron, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. This is Soapbox, signing off.